Okay, this is going to be part 2 of the Pisgah Forest Art Loeb Trail Guide. If you haven't already seen the first one, the link will be down below for that. Also remember, if you have any questions, please remember to ask down below and I'll try and answer it as best as I can.
Okay guys, just woke up. I actually woke up about 6:15. Started seeing this outside, so I had to get outside. That's why I'm really glad we camped here. It's freaking awesome. I'm guessing the sun's gonna come up right there. Like, everything looks awesome. You can see if a bear bag got tampered with. Oh, my black rock gear down here. I just got an X-Light jacket from Montbell. I just got, and I'm pretty warm right now. Not super warm, but it's like 52 degrees with wind chill probably in the 40s. So I feel plenty warm. Bear bag, not get caught. That's Z-Packs. No, yeah, I think it's Z-Packs on D-Line or something. So there's thicker stuff, like medium-sized thick stuff. I forgot what exactly it was, 50 feet. I need to cut it off to like 25 feet. And then that's dry sack from Big Agnes, the blue sack actually. It also uses like a shower and pump sack for my pad, stuff like that. And I use it as my bag, as well as the pump sack. I might not be able to record as much video today, because my solar panel doesn't seem to be keeping my external battery charged fully. Of course, we didn't get much sun yesterday. It was just kind of overcast a lot of the day until we got, because of the trees, is we're under the canopy. But yeah, I think once you get past the Parkway here, I'll be able to stuff more stuff. The trail gets a lot easier. They actually put blazes on the trail. I've been on a couple parts past the Parkway, so I kind of know already what to expect. But yeah, let's get up here real quick and I'll turn it off. Both our tents, I guess because we're in a field, got soaked. It was raining, literally raining. Both our tents because the wind was blowing through and knocking off the water from the top. We both have single wall tents. We didn't have any problems. Okay, just right there. Yeah, it's the dry 30th, and down around 52 or so, maybe 50, before the light started coming up. But it's a pretty awesome view up here. Okay. Forgot to take a video again at the campsite, but this is 30 minutes away. This is probably like, this might be Grassy Knob or somewhere near it. I'm not sure, I didn't look on the GPS. But all that grass, you pretty much don't even, you're like hiking through a bush. Like, you can't hardly even see the trail, it's so thick. Maybe in the early spring and late fall, it will be more open. But that's pretty much half the trail, at least, is that so far. And I think a little white area out there is the trail. And I think we saw there's a campsite buried in right in there. 2 other campsites on the way. So if you get stuck in here, there are a couple campsites. Not much wood unless you want to break off some of these branches from these dead things. But I think we're trying to get near the Parkway, which is right in there, and go to Black Blossom parking area that gets water and bathroom and stuff, and clean up a little bit. But I'll record a video of you have to take a spur trail to get there. So I'm gonna see if I can get the right one, so I can put that on here so people know. Is that we made it down the hill to that white area I was talking about, and this is like the only place that they have a map. It says right there. See, we were just hiking over where I was last recording on Grassy Cove-Top, and our campsite was right here at the tip of my finger. Then now we're hiking down below. This map doesn't show it, but I think it's going to be about a 2 to 3 mile hike to get to just past Black Blossom Knob to we had to stop the recording for some reason. Anyways, yeah, to the water source we get to is about what I was about to say. Just past Black Blossom, it's Grassy Cove there. They're just chilling right here, and that's, I guess, just a service road. Look down here, there's another road. I think this. So once we get somewhere else, we'll make another video. See you then. Okay, so we came down from up there, and that's Tenant Mountain right there, and there's finally another sign for the Art Loeb officially marks it. It goes, you can see 2 people up there coming down, and the trail goes straight up that hill, and there we almost got lost. These kind of a family pointed us in the right direction. They must have hiked it before, and once you're coming down, I forgot what it's called, from Grassy Cove at the intersection I recorded the last video at, then you need to stay a little bit left as you're hiking forward towards this direction, because the trail goes off into some bushes past the rock, and you can't tell if there are spaces between the bushes or the actual trail. And so and then we went off to the left where the family's going, and there was an obvious trail right to here, so that helped a lot. So now we're just going to go straight up this. I think there must be an obvious trail as well. Let's get around Tenant Mountain. We should be on Black Blossom, I think, and then we'll be rearing to go to get some water and eat lunch and stuff. Hey, we are at this intersection I was talking about. At least it's actually labeled for once. Oh, Loeb Spur, we're actually not going to take this, so we don't have to backtrack back up it. We're going to get to the road that goes over to the Black Blossom place, and which is just a little bit further down the trail. And then right there's Black Blossom Knob. All the way down this trail, right down here, comes to here, and then a little bit more slow going this morning because ran out of water, and that's the Black Blossom parking area is where we're gonna get water. So that's where we're gonna have lunch as well, and I think I'm suffering a little bit from heat exhaustion, even though it's only like in this probably in the mid-70s. But yeah, when we get down to the road, I'll update you. Okay. We just stopped here at the parking lot for Black Blossom. We ended up just walking down the road about a half mile-ish, probably a lot easier walking down the trail than walking all the way back up the trail right there. And apparently there's not water on site, apparently down the trail, but fortunately there's also bathrooms here. Of course they smell bad, but it's more private. But come down the road here, there's 2 water sources on the side of the road. There's one obvious one. There's one where the paint's faded out inside of the road that says water. And I'll show both of those when we get there. Okay, here's the water source I was talking about. We'll go ahead. It's not only a few minutes past where I was last recording from this bend in the road right here. It's pretty obvious when you can't see around the road. It's right where the water source is. As you can see, if you look back there, is a really good flow of water. Creek just flows all the way down the side right here. And the next water source, I'll show you that as well if you don't want to hike all the way down here. Which isn't much of a hike, I guess, since it's on the road. Now, like probably right up where that car is on the right side of the road here. As you go hike down the hill, just I guess a little bit, you can hear the water.
Whole sack.
Nice. Yeah, it took only like 30 seconds to fill up 2 liters, but and I'll show you the other water source when we get there. Okay, here's a bug just flew in my face. Here's the really fainted on the left side of the road with water. You can hear it from the road. Yeah, it's this trail. You can decide to walk down the road about a 4th mile, or you can go down here. And I think right around this corner here, and up the road a little bit, is where the Art Loeb is. That's where we'll be heading to have some lunch. Right, I mean, you can talk during the video.
You add this to your vlog? Us cooking and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm doing now. Well, now that all you can see is smoke. This is the stove setup we used. It's the Trail Designs called Erica and 1.3 liter ever new kit. So much smoke. And we couldn't legally use fire until now because we're out of the wilderness area. So we figured just use it, sit around for an hour or two, and we won't have to worry about using the alcohol fuel we have left because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we might not bother with getting wet wood and then try and build this up. That's pretty cool. And just having some rice, and I'm gonna have some Alfredo. And that pile of sticks right there can pretty much get 2 cups of water to boil. So it's really energy efficient when it comes to gathering your fuel. Let's see. Yeah, I just left this rice in there, so it doesn't bother me. Otherwise, I love this stuff. And we're actually just by that road I was on right in the last video I took. Decided just to stop here since it's a cool open area. But the next plan is to get to the Parkway, hike down that steep hill, get to, I want to call it Butter Gap Shelter, but I'm not sure. It's the one farther north, if you look up the shelters for here. And then we're going to stop around there. Probably not stay in the shelter, but there's a water source, and that's where we're going to stop for dinner and stop for camp. And I'll continue on. And it's just, okay, so we're kind of stupid.
You're kind of stupid.
Well, you went with me.
Well, you're the man with the map and the GPS.
Well, you should know where you're going to. Anyways, this trail right here is actually the Art Loeb and Mountains to Sea Trail in this section between the Parkway and the road we were on with the water before, and right where we were cooking lunch. And these, of course, Pisgah doesn't mark anything. And I think the blazes are the same for the Art Loeb and the Mountains to Sea Trail. So the Mountains to Sea Trail keeps on going that way, while the Art Loeb takes a left here. And I guess for some reason we thought it went everywhere because of this sign, and you didn't read that sign. And we went probably like a half mile that way, but we saw a cool view. If you go like 20 feet that way and take a left, there's a cool look off. So just to point that out, make sure you go take a left right here. Okay, we got to the bottom of that gigantic elevation. I'm gonna make sure I don't get hit. Okay, blind curve. Might be able to see the road. I don't know. Any trails down here. from there. Expect rain tomorrow, so I might not be able to record as much. Okay, we made it all the way down that hill, and we got to Farlow Gap. We came from that trail right there into this big open area here. And not sure where that trail goes, but that's the Art Loeb. I've actually been on this trail once before. We came from Farlow Gap, and decided to go up this way. And I'll show you later, but there's a fork that goes over, I think it's Sassafras Knob or something. And take the left fork if I somehow forget to record the video, because it just goes up and over the knob. It's not actually the Art Loeb, and just a whole bunch of extra work that you don't really need to do. Here's the fork I was talking about. It says you can go either way. If you want to see like a cool tree on top, not much of an overlook, and work a lot harder, you can go to the right. If you want to just go around the side of the mountain, like we're gonna do this time, then you can take the left. Actually, if you look on Google Earth, I think you can find a trail profile for most of the hike. And on the Pisgah map, I think it actually goes around, or it might go over top. I'm not sure, but we weren't sure if it connected this way for some reason. But anyways, that's the way to go. Okay, so we're going down that trail to the left, and it so happened the widely used water source must be that runs around the course isn't marked on National Geographic's maps. It's really annoying that half these water sources aren't marked, but that's the whole point of me making this, is to let everybody know where the water sources are, the correct route, and not have to deal with all the mess we were dealing with. We probably went an extra like 2 miles at least, I'd say, of just like going the wrong direction, backtracking, and all this other stuff, and wasted hours doing so. But yeah. I've been hiking this trail for a ways, but if you know the water source is this creek, it's a good flowing creek. You probably can pick up some water if you just happen to come from this direction, I guess. And it's a lot of mud. Some parts are just creeks. But yeah, let me turn off the video to cross this.
Okay, sorry about cutting it short, but we were trying to find a campsite and trying to find water and stuff before it got dark, and I kind of forgot to make some more videos. But we ended up camping at near the Deep Gap shelter down along that trail I was recording, and wasn't too much further past that. I'll explain at the beginning of the next part of how to get up to the shelter and everything right there, with the 2 white signs and everything. But yeah, thanks for watching and continuing to watch these. I really hope I actually didn't waste my time making all this and everything else. Thanks for watching again. Subscribe if you want to see more of these types of videos. Like it so more people can see it. And continue on to the 3rd part.